Good morning and welcome to Hot Lips. Today we're going to touch bases on understanding your marriage. You know, when you first get married, you're so in love, and every little thing is so touchy feeling. Everything is so giggly. You know, you're being so kind to one another because one, you're trying to figure each other out. But, you know, as we progress and life starts to happen. You know, you've been married for a while, you have some children, you get a house note, you got car note, you got to be responsible on your job. All that starts to affect your marriage because at that point, you're in the mode of let's get it done. You know, let's make sure the children are educated. Let's make sure we pay this house off. Let's make sure we keep our credit together. You know, you're in the mode of that. So you're so busy and you're still in the mode of being together and being in love and making love and having, you know, a great sexual relationship. You're so, you know, you're into that mode then. So it's just like we're surviving. We're doing everything that we need to do. And then slowly your life starts to change a little bit. And meaning that what happens is that the kids are now opinionated because they have their own opinions because they're starting to grow into young adults. Uh, the house is paid for, so you don't have to work quite as hard. You know, your body is telling you, I'm getting older. No matter what you do in life, you can exercise, you can eat right. Your body is getting older. Your mind is getting older. Your relationship is getting older. Uh, you start to notice little things like, do we hold hands? Do he open the car door for me? Or is she fixing my meals when I get home? And so little things kind of start to disappear, you know, the little things. So to hold a good marriage together, I feel like people have to always be connected. And not that you will always agree with each other, you have to be connected to each other. And so for me, I think with women, as we grow older, we strive for our independence, you know. We strive to make sure that we communicate with our husbands. And I think a lot of time husbands, because, you know, they say we have menopause. Excuse me. I don't know what men have, but we have menopause. And so, you know, of course our hormones are changing and a lot of things are going on with us. But men, I know they have something too, because they start to change too. To hold your marriage together, guys, there's going to have to be communication. There's going to have to be things that you remember that when I first married the woman or the man that we did together. Find new adventures, you know, find new things that you can laugh about and enjoy together. You don't have to do everything together because I don't believe in that. But you still have to be connected. And how do I stay connected? How do you stay connected to this person? You have to be considerate of that person. You have to talk things out and understand that each person in this relationship have feelings. He have feelings, you have feelings. You have to work on your feelings, on how you feel about each other. And even if they get on your nerve to the point you say, you know what, I just can't take it no more. Think back on all the things that you've done together. Think back on how you've invested in each other. I mean, it's really sad when people can't make it through. It's sad because they feel like, you know, what did I do all this for? So before you make any haste decisions, think back and say, you know what? He was the man that I chose, or she was the woman that I chose. We've made it through 30 years or 25 years. Let's see if we can work on this to have a good line of communication, a good line of always considering how the other person feel, because you have to listen to what that person is feeling. And it's not until you almost feel threatened that you either say, okay, I'm gonna give it up, or okay, what, this is worth fighting for. So in today's marriages, as we get older and people, like I say, they drift apart, we have to focus on the beginning, how we were together at the beginning, and stay focused on, like I said, how each person is feeling. Be considerate of the other person in your relationship. Don't just, like I said, oh, I'm mad today and I'm gonna stay mad. No, be considerate. It's hard to do. I can tell you it's hard to do. but you have to be considerate of that person. And I'm going to say a few other things. And sometimes, even as you age, and people say, the romance is not in my relationship anymore. But you have to be inventive. You have to say, let me think of things that we can enjoy as we age. Let me think of things that I know that will make us each happy. So it's work. It's work. It is definitely work, but you have to think of those kind of things. I mean, I can say for me, I'm a kind of overboard person. I mean, I go to the extreme sometimes. Now my husband, he don't like it. He'll be saying, "Why are you doing all that?" But I do it because I know deep down inside, everybody wants romance. Everybody wants someone to pay attention to them, deep down. So then when he's talking to his friends about it, they say, "What happened, man? Oh, man." Because a lot of times we're ashamed and afraid to say that as we get older, we're drifting apart. But it's hard work, and you have to put the work in to make your relationships work. So like I said, consider the other people's feelings. Be inventive on some things that you can do to create and make your relationship work. Please talk, communicate, talk to each other. And like I said, you might not always agree with each other, but guess what? There should be a happy medium, because you're considering the person that you loved from the very beginning. Because until that person is absent or gone from your life, then you would not know how much you miss the little simple things. Or even, like I said, or the big things that you celebrate together. But focus on trying in this society to stick it out, stay together, love on each other, be with each other. So today I'm asking you guys, let's stay married. Have a wonderful day.